There once was a ship that went to sea, and the name of the ship was a Million. The waves blew hard around and down, my great white wall. Soon may the Lord come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. She got ready 2 weeks from shore, and down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Lord come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor? What do we do with the drunken sailor in the morning? Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning. Soon may the Lord come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Symbols of their greatnesses. There's Hell Bunyan's axe, John Henry's hammer, David Crosby's rifle. Then, unexpectedly, one comes wearing a tin pot hat, carrying a bag of apple seed and holy book. These are the symbols of the mightiest men of all. John Champion, a real life hero.
But reality has given way to a legend. We know him simply as Johnny Appleseed.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Johnny Chapman. Let's meet him.
I am a British man. I live in America.
Johnny likes the outdoors.
He likes to walk. John.
He likes to walk a miles away in the woods and his bare feet. Johnny plays with us. I like it when he whistles so I can sing with him. I also like it when he brings me breadcrumbs. Johnny, please tell the story. Tell us how you plant trees.
Sure, I'll sit on this stump and be glad to tell you a story.
When I come,
I'll a great year. This story is my favorite.
Good morning, Johnny Chapman. It's a beautiful day.
I'm glad I woke up from my nap. I heard it's story time. One day I took an apple from my bag and I ate it.
Johnny had some apple seeds that he got for a long time and planted them right here in these woods. What happened next? A treasure! Drove!
I lived in the wilderness, so I walked around the land.
Did you really walk barefoot with a bag on your back? Was your bag really filled with apple seeds? You're doing that on his head there wears a hat. I know you gave our family a bag full of apple seeds to plant.
I'm really glad we got those seeds.
Nice to meet you, apple seeds. Oh, crap. I think about my very sunny and yummy. Yes, the pond is that road apple tree. Johnny apple of medicine so we can stay healthy in the winter. I used to be afraid of businesses, but I'm not afraid of him. He's my friend too. He didn't want us in the financial fight. He wanted people to love each other and be kind to each other. Johnny was happy to see apple orchards everywhere. One winter there was so much snow. I can't eat or sleep because the trees are dying. I was worried about Johnny. He got sick from the cold. Didn't he himself can get better. I remember Johnny waking up from his nap. Apple trees were blooming everywhere and the sun was warm. Winter come. Every year Johnny came to visit us. You can see apples everywhere today. They're God's and Johnny's gift to us. Thank you for listening to my story and remembering me and enjoying my apples. I have a song I'd like to sing. Join me. Oh, Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me, and every seed I sow will grow into a tree, and someday there'll be apples there for everyone who will keep. The Lord is good to me. Amen. Amen. Amen.
There are stories about America, its history, its geography, and its heroes. But it takes a very big story to tell American folklore. The tall tales of men doing big things in a big country. Men like Captain Strong, Joe Magara, John Henry, Pecos Bill, and a fellow who tells all of them, Paul Bunyan.
America was a great big land with a great big job to be done. A job that needed a great big man. Paul Bunyan was the one. He is 63 axe handles high, with his feet on the ground and his head in the sky. Hey, Paul.
When Paul Bunyan was born, they say it took 5 strokes to deliver him, and when he was full grown, he was taller than a house. Paul Bunyan was in Walker, Minnesota, with his giant big blue ox named Big. Here's a story about Paul and his faithful cook sourdough Sam. College got a big problem under the tent with the stacked platter. They were so hungry that they crashed into the giant source of food and it all fell into dirt. Everyone's hungry and there's nothing to eat. One thing Paul was good at was solving big problems.
No problem's too big for me, Sam. I can solve this flapjack problem. I am gonna need a lot of supplies and help.
What do you need?
A giant flapjack. That's what this town needs to feed everybody. First, I'll need help from Ollie the blacksmith to make a giant griddle.
Did you say giant griddle? I'll need all the iron ore this town can gather to make this giant griddle.
So the townfolk went far and wide to gather all the iron ore for all the blacksmith to make a giant griddle.
I'm done with the griddle. Send Big to haul it over here.
No problem. Now we need to figure out the flapjack batter for the whole town. Let me ask my teacher. Can you help us, Miss Millie?
Well, Paul, to multiply our regular recipe by 1,000, you'll need only enough 3,000 eggs.
Look over yonder. Baby's hauling the world's largest griddle. And soon we'll be cooking the world's largest flapjack.
So the townspeople all worked together to gather 3,000 eggs, every chicken, goose, and loon donated to the cause.
That's right, and it didn't stop there. Every cow was milked until the lake was full.
I will rig up a giant egg beater and ride around the lake to mix up all the ingredients.
Great idea, Sam. You know what makes this flapjack even better? Blueberries. Henry. Oh, Henry.
How can I help, Paul?
We need every blueberry that you got to make the world's largest and tastiest flapjack.
For you, Paul, sure, I got about 100 bushels of berries. I'll go get them sun-baked, haul them to the lake. There's just one thing, Paul. How are we going to heat this giant griddle?
Axeman. This will take so much. This will take so much.
I know you boys are hungry. I know you boys are hungry.
Oh, this will taste so much better.
I know you boys are hungry.
Oh, I know you boys are hungry and you
Want to eat soon.
eat soon. Cut down the biggest trees and I'll get this farther.
We'll go the trees will do best.
We'll be cooking soon and eating at last.
Finally, the griddle was hot and the batter was poured. But wouldn't you know it, there was another problem to solve. Paul, this flapjack will be ready to flip soon. How are we going to do it?
Oh, Thomas! How fast can you go to your farm and get some corn?
Right away, Paul!
Thomas brought back loads of corn.
What now, Paul? We'll put the corn around the hot pan. When it heats up, it'll pop. If everything goes as planned, it'll flip the flapjack.
Axeman.
Oh, Axeman, this will taste so much better with maple syrup. You know what to do.
Well, then it wants to fill buckets with all the maple syrup they can hold.
Soon it'll be time to eat.
Hold on, everyone. The patch is going to say a prayer to thank the good Lord for providing this food.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this delicious feast, for the animals and the trees and the people who helped make it possible. Thank you for the good friends to share this meal with. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. I'll carve up this flapjack with my giant trusty axe.
So the people sat at a table 2 miles long. The town
Bathe the ox.
Bathe the big blue oxes at one end and the table Paul was at the other.
This meal brings together my favorite blessings. Working hard, having a full stomach, and being with my friends. Let's eat!
Now we have a story about Pecos Phil. Why, here's his father now.
Howdy there, welcome to our home. The story you're about to see is an old-time tale from this long, long ago.
When gunslingers roamed the land.
Families.
And families have traveled far to telling tales of gold and riches. Big animals and big things. And then my son Bill, who is brave and strong. This is the story of my brother Pecos Bill and the rip-roaring tornado. Mom, whoa, Mom. Is there anything there? Wait, yeah. Whoa, Mom. It's time to move sweetheart. We're ready to go and get the children. Mama, come quick! Brother caught a rattlesnake.
No, Mom. He's a rattlesnake. Look, he's a new trick. I taught him my lasso. See?
You just make sure it doesn't eat our chickens. Come on, everybody. It's time to go.
We journeyed for many hard days, and the sun beat down on us. We had more than 1,000 miles left to travel.
Are we there yet? Suddenly we were attacked by bandits. Hold it right there, mister. Give us everything you've got. Give us your money and your food. Oh, no!
Not so fast.
Whoa, he's a snake charmer. I never seen anything like it. Go on, look at it. But then,
Hurrah!
hooray, you saved us.
I was not in.
But then the unthinkable happened. He may have scared us off, but a huge dust storm came that scattered the whole family to the winds.
I was cold, hungry, barely 8 years old.
Coyotes need to come on.
What was that? What are you? He looks delicious. Can we eat him? Enough, that's the boy.
My name is Pecos Bill, and I'm a snake charmer.
We could use one.
We could use it over there. He can scare off the bears.
The coyotes adopted me, taught me all about living in the wild.
He stayed with them until one day another big storm came out of nowhere. Winds were twisting and howling. The coyotes were scattered by the wind just as we had been. Pecosville had to face a giant, huge, humongous storm by himself.
It was the biggest.
It was the biggest winter of all time.
Come on, Snake. I've got to contain this wild beast.
Pecos threw and drowned a snake out of the tornado.
Hi-ya, hi-ya!
And that, dear friends, is how the first rodeo began.
Pecosville wrangled that tornado.
Pecosville wrangled that tornado and wheeled it all the way across the plains until he found us his family.
I spent my whole life. Pecosville.
I spent my whole life teaching boys and girls how to lasso a throat, not snake, so they can become real cowboys and cowgirls.
And that's how our story ends.
Everybody comes on.
Amerigo Vespucci was a famous Italian explorer and navigator in Europe. He made voyages on behalf of Spain and then Portugal during the European explorations. He claimed that Brazil was part of the continent and the Europeans, which he called the New World. The year is 1507 and Newton is in his home with his wife and nephew.
Uncle, did you hear the news?
No, what is it?
There are some scholars in France who have studied the letter you wrote to Severini.
I remember that letter you wrote. Soderini is a leader of Florence, Italy. Oh yes, I wrote to him a couple of years ago describing my 4 explorations. Those were published so that many others could read about them.
Well, they have studied your letter along with the Portuguese maritime map. The map shows details of the coast in the western Atlantic and is based on your exploration.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic, but what does that have to do with my sweet, sweet America?
Well, they give you credit in their new book for the discovery of the new continent that you call the New World.
How are they giving me credit?
They publish a book about geography and astronomy, and it also has a map included. Look, I have a copy.
Introduction to Cosmography by Martin Wallace-Mann. I've actually heard of Wallace-Mann. He's a famous German cartographer.
He names the continent.
America is the name in Latin. Most scholarly writings are in Latin so that it can be understandable across Europe.
Stand back, everyone. Prepare to be amazed. Riley, stand back.
Stand back, everyone. Prepare to be amazed.
Big deal, it's just a normal map. I've seen many in my lifetime.
I promise you've never seen one like this. Look at it closely.
Amerigo, there's a picture of you on the top of the map. Wow, you're gonna be famous.
Oh no! Check out my hair! Does my hair normally look this bad? This is a horrible giant.
Oh, stop, you look great.
In the introduction, Wallace Miller wrote, I see no reason why anyone could properly disapprove a name derived from that of America. A discoverer, a man of genius.
What a compliment! I feel so honored.
But why did the name the continent America instead of Amerigo?
America is the name in Latin. Most scholarly writings are in Latin so that it can be understandable across Europe.
This is the first.
This is the first printed map to describe the Western Hemisphere surrounded by oceans. This map will astonish the people.
This map will.
This map is extraordinary.
It's mind-blowing that the continent America stretches thousands of miles across the equator to the south.
This map will astonish the people of Europe. Now they will soon understand that America is a distinct continent disconnected from Asia.
Amerigo, you have forever changed.
America, you have forever changed people's understanding of Earth.
The year is 1520, and the famous Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan is leading a Spanish expedition to the East Indies. He and his crew have sailed along the coast of Brazil in search of a passage to reach Asia.
Yo ho ho, good day, Magellan. It's another bitter cold that I see.
Oh, you got that right. Sailing through this strait has been treacherous, but this is a passage to lead us right to the ocean.
Too bad we didn't find the shortcut that leads to this continent.
Let's be grateful that we at least found a way to go around it.
Sir, many of the men have been complaining about the dangers of sailing through this strait.
They knew what they were getting into when they signed up for this voyage. Besides, we already spent 5 months at the harbor of St. John's when we were waiting out the winter. This voyage has gone long enough. We can't stop again.
We were hoping to reach the Spice Islands through a western route that would take no more than a year. We have been sailing for a year now, and we are nowhere close to the Spice Islands.
This expedition has not gone as planned. I still can't believe that the Santiago ship was lost in a storm.
Sir, I have just received word that the San Antonio ship deserted the fleet and sailed back to Spain.
What traitors? Make that 3. This crew has been nothing but trouble. First, the mutiny attempt by Captain Cartagena and Cruzada when we were waiting out the winter at St. Julian's. Now this.
Well, those Spanish captains sure did pay the price for a mutiny attempt.
I had no choice but to sentence Captain Cruzada to death. At least I showed some mercy to Captain Cartagena and left him stranded on a remote island.
All of them feel really bad about that, but at least he didn't have to walk the plank and become shark bait.
Cartagena was arguing with Magellan and questioning his authority. And he was also the principal organizer of the mutiny attempt. He got
Admiral, once we go through the strait, how long will it be until we reach Asia?
I expect a short journey to Asia, perhaps 3 to 4 days.
That is good to hear because we are running low on our fleet supplies of fresh water. All we have left for our provisions is dried fishing nets.
Sir, it looks like we're turning a corner and heading towards another ocean.
This ocean is so calm and pleasant, I shall name it Pacific because of how peaceful it is. Antonio, let the crew know that we have 3 days till we reach Asia. This calls for a celebration. Tonight we will eat the last of the beef stew.
Ferdinand Magellan never made it home. He was killed by the natives in the Philippines, but his legacy still lives on today. Scientists have named 2 dwarf galaxies the Magellanic Clouds, and NASA has named a spacecraft Magellan. He will forever be known as the first explorer to circumnavigate the earth.
The year is 1682, and the French explorer, Robert Cavelier, better known as LaSalle, is canoeing down the Mississippi River from Canada with his friend, Henri de Tronte, who is a French military officer and explorer, and a Huron Native American guide.
Let's take a break from paddling. My arms are killing me.
Stop being a wimp, Henry.
The Gulf of Mexico should be around the corner. Look, there's a seagull above us. That is a sign we are close to the ocean.
Good. I don't think my arms could survive another day canoeing down this river.
Have you ever seen a land so fertile and immense? I shall claim it for our country, France.
Well, you better name it after our King Louis XVI. He did grant you the title sire. You owe him.
I shall name the land Louisiana, but I'm not naming it after him because he gave me a title of nobility, but yet because he gave me the permission to explore the western part of New France.
He also gave you permission to build as many forts as you wanted. Can we stop rowing now?
Speaking of naming land, we should name this place Wimpy Henry, because you're being the biggest wimp about canoeing.
Very nice. Speaking of forts, we have made a fortune with the forts that we've established near Niagara Falls. There is no question that France has control of the lucrative fur trade. Isn't that right, Anoki?
That is true. Our people have taught you a lot. Our people have traded beaver fur in exchange for cloth and firearms throughout the years. The Native Americans, especially in Quebec, Canada, have appreciated the support from Samuel de Champlain when we were in war with other rival tribes.
Samuel Champlain was a great explorer. Some people call him the father of New France. Without him, the French colony of Quebec would never have been established. May he rest in peace.
Champlain knew the importance of forming long-lasting relationships with the native people. I have learned much from his experiences, and that is why I have made great efforts to learn the various dialects of the native people.
Is that so? How many Algonquin words do you know? Prove it.
Well, I know that the river we are on is called the Mississippi. Also, pecan, moose, chipmunk, and raccoon are all Algonquin words.
Being able to communicate with the natives is a priority for France. If we are ever to find a water passage to Asia, it will be with their help.
Mommy?
Our people have taught you a lot.
When I was at the Niagara Fort, the natives taught me how to make long journeys with only a small sack of corn and honey. They have provided us invaluable knowledge of the terrain as well.
Without the French people, we wouldn't have horses or gunpowder.
Is that a catfish I see?
Are you alright, Henry? Can you swim?
Of course I can, except I think I lost my shoe.
It's over there, floating down the river.
Okay, I'll get it. I just have to swim out a bit. Got it.
Henri, watch out, there's an alligator following you.
Swim faster.
Help me get, oh no, help me get back into the canoe.
That was a close call.
Now I can say I survived an alligator attack. Who's the whip now?
After exploring the mouth of the Mississippi River, LaSalle returned to France to get permission to build a fort there. On the way back to the Gulf of Mexico, some of his ships were lost, and LaSalle could not find the Mississippi River. He finally arrived in what is now Texas. His crew grew angry, and eventually 3 of his men killed him.
Wait, what?
Reporter Sally Times, member of the Eyewitness History news team, is on location in one of the busiest New England colonies. Her investigation into the life of a typical New England colonist begins outside the home of the Parcher family. She will begin her special time travel news report by interviewing the head of the family, Ben Parcher.
I would like to thank you, Mr. Parker, for inviting me to ask you about your life in this New England colony. I assume adjusting to life in this new world, as you call it, hasn't always been easy. Am I correct?
Aye, that is correct. We thought at first we were lucky for surviving the long and treacherous journey from England in 1620. But the hard work was just beginning. These last 10 years have been very difficult indeed. Settling 4 new colonies for England has not been an easy task. Other people settled in Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, or this Massachusetts colony like us, life certainly has been easy.
And what would you say has been the main reason for that, sir?
Well, this land, for one thing. The soil is very rocky, which makes it very hard for things to grow. We have learned to grow corn or maize from our native friends, the Wampanoags, but nothing much else will grow. Most of our food comes from what we can gather from the woods and take from the sea.
I noticed that you seem to have your own little area here. I thought that all of your fellow colonists worked together to help provide what the village needed to survive.
It did begin that way, but in 1624, Governor William Bradford decided to forgo the communal agriculture method and just give each family a plot of land to try to cultivate to keep the fruits of their own labor. It has been very hard work. We are doing our right to tire. We all rise at the blush of dawn and work till the sun sets at night. Like I said, it's very hard work, but it allows us to carry out God's will for us.
I noticed that you seem to have a large family. Who all lives with you?
Well, there's me, my wife Sarah, and our 9 children. Everybody does their share of work, that's for sure. The carrots pick my wife, I should just be finishing up in the garden about now.
I would certainly enjoy that. Thank you for speaking with me, sir.
All right, it's been my pleasure. Take care.
Sally walks up the dirt path to the small cottage. She notices in typical New England colonial style, the walls are fashioned from simple tree trunks, with branches and twigs filling in the cracks. They are cemented into place with clay. There are no glass windows, but a parchment covering allowing viewing in or out. She notices a small head looking out at her. She smiles as she is greeted by a kind but tired-looking young woman at the front door. She's surrounded by several youngsters, and there's a flurry of activity in the small home.
Hello, your husband just sent me down here to speak with you. I am from the Future News Team. I've witnessed history, and we are just getting started on everything about your life in this New England colony. May I chat with you a while?
Please come in. How do you fare today? I'm sorry for all the running around here today. We're in the midst of getting ready for our annual feast of Thanksgiving. It takes everyone working together to get it ready. I'm sure you've heard of it, no?
Oh yes, it is exciting to see a traditional feast being prepared. What all are you doing to get ready for it?
Well, I was just in the garden picking some ears of maize. That's all we can really grow around here, but that's okay. Ben brought us some venison, wild turkey, and ducks to prepare. We also have fresh clams and lobster from the sea. Me and my girls will get it ready all in a day.
I did notice that some of your children seem to be of school age. May I ask why they aren't in attendance?
Alas, we do not have a public school yet. There aren't enough children, and truth be told, we need all of our help here at home. I teach them about how to read and write using the hard books that we brought from England. As long as they can read a good book, that is all that matters.
Well, it looks like everyone is doing their share of the work. I would love to speak with one of your children about their life. Would you mind? I don't want to keep you here any longer. It looks like you have a lot to tend to.
Yes, the work here is never ending, but we are much happier here in the New World. You may speak with my oldest daughter, Beth. I'm sure she would be happy to speak with you. But I will have to ask you to sit outside while she churns the butter.
Sally walks back outside to the edge of the small shack. The steady pounding of the butter churn lets her know she's headed in the right direction. She sees a small girl and introduces herself. She discovers that she is friendly and eagerly looks forward to the distraction from her task at hand.
Hello, Beth. It is so nice to meet you. You're busy, just like the rest of you. Tell me, do you ever get to take a break and just have fun?
Our day of rest is Sunday, the Sabbath day. There is no work of any kind allowed that day. We have a worship service in the morning and another in the afternoon. In between, we eat, sing songs, and read scripture on our own. It is our day for rest and days.
That does sound nice. But tell me, do you ever get to play and just be kids?
There's always work to be done for me and my sisters sometimes. On wash days, we take our special book home on but sometimes we get a little carried away and end up more soaked than clothes.
Well, I'm afraid my interview time is up. I will let you get back to your work now. It was nice talking with you.
See you later. As Sally turns to go, she pauses and looks around again at the hard work going on all around her. She senses an independence and determination That is very admirable. She can hardly wait to go back to the future and share her findings of life in the New England colonies.
Becky Martin is a special event reporter from the famous Eyewitness History News team. Today, she's meeting with several local businesses who are called the Middle Colonies of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. They call their homes. She's meeting to discuss facts about their daily lives. It includes a shipbuilder named Pete and a merchant named George and the famous Quaker William Penn. She begins by meeting with Pete and George at George's downtown store.
Good morning. I'm glad to be able to find your store. There are lots of shops and businesses here, much more than the northern and southern colonies. I'm glad you noticed it. Our colonies are growing very nicely. Sometimes I feel like the middle child of the family is present and important, but often overlooked and misunderstood.
Why do you feel overlooked?
I think what George here is trying to say is that we really have the best qualities of both our neighbors to the north and to the south of us.
The land here is rich and fertile, like in the southern colonies, but the climate is modest. It never gets too hot or too cold. It's a perfect combination for growing crops.
What things do you grow here?
All kinds of things, but our best crops tend to be wheat, corn, oats, and barley. In fact, we grow so much grain, we've earned the nickname of being the breadbasket.
That in turn helps me out a lot.
Wait, how does that help you out a lot? I thought you were a shipbuilder.
You're right, I am. But we have noticed a large increase of the numbers of ships coming in and out of our ports. So we have been shipping some of our products to the northern and southern colonies and down to the Caribbeans and even back to England.
Oh, well that's so interesting. How would you describe the people of the four colonies? Yes, these four colonies are very special. But there's so much better. There's such a much better person to tell you all about. And here he comes now.
The group turns to see a stately man entering the small store. He is wearing a black coat and a big black hat. He smiles at the group and joins in with the people.
Sir William, how do you do? It is so nice of you to join us today. We were just starting to talk about the people who make up our splendid middle colonies.
Greetings to all of you, and welcome, young lady. I heard you were going to be chatting with us today. How can I be of assistance to you?
Hello, sir. I can't believe I'm talking to the William Penn. Wow.
What does that term mean? Wow.
Oh, sorry. It's just an expression from the future. What I mean is that it's incredible to meet you. How would you describe the people of the four colonies, who are always referred as a Quaker? What does that mean exactly?
Yes, 'tis true, I'm a Quaker and founder of the Religious Society of Friends. We are a group of God-fearing individuals who feel that religion is an action, not merely words. We have no formal church or ministry. We meet in meetings and talk to God in our own way. We feel that people should be free to believe what they want and should be accepting of others.
How has that affected?
How has that affected the colonies here?
It has greatly increased our population under the fine leadership of William Penn. It has made our lives more city-oriented. Our buildings are made of stone and brick, and our ports are bustling with activity. And our streets are filled with diverse mix of individuals. Many of them are Dutch and German. They have come here indentured servants and have found work and pay in the local farms and businesses that surround our towns.
Well, that sounds like a great place to call home.
Yes, we would agree. The colonies of New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and my personal favorite, Pennsylvania, are truly special places.
Wait, do you mean this whole colony was named after you?
Close. The king actually named it after my father, who was also named William Penn. I am honored to carry on his great legacy by making this colony and its neighbors a strong part of our new world.
Well, that is so interesting. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy lives and talking with me today. I feel I have such a better understanding of this special place now, and I feel you shouldn't feel overshadowed by the northern and southern colonies at all. You are obviously a very special place all on your own. Today, our reporter, Ty Beckstein from Eyewitness History is giving us an inside glimpse into the lives of the prestigious Hall family. Adam Hall oversees his 200-acre plantation along the shores of the Potomac River in Virginia. We are grateful that he has taken some time from his busy day to meet with us today. We are anticipating learning many new things from him today. Let's listen into their conversation.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hall. Your estate is very impressive.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, this is our. Thank you. Yes, we are very. Thank you. Yes, we are very self-sufficient on our plantation. We have been blessed here in Virginia with a wonderful growing climate and fertile soils to grow on.
Is that true with all the colonies down here in the South?
The colonies that make up our southern region are Maryland, the Carolinas, and Georgia. We all share the same coastal plains that provide such a great growing season.
What are your main exports?
Our main exports are tobacco, cotton, rice, and indigo. We also ship a lot of our exports overseas to England as well.
Impressive, since you're obviously a very busy man. Who else keeps things running here?
Well, my wife Clara, has really helped make our dwelling here a true home. She's inside the big house now. Come along with me and I'll bring you to her if you'd like to talk to her. Okay?
I'd enjoy that. Thank you very much, sir.
Reporter Ty is obviously impressed as he follows Mr. Hall through the expansive, sprawling grounds of the estate as he leads him to his wife. They finally get directions to some kitchen service as several children sit huddled at a nearby table.
Good afternoon, my dear Claire. I brought along a visitor I was hoping you could talk to. I know how you love company. Well, I must get back to my work now. I bid you farewell. You'll be in good hands here.
Oh yes, how do you fare, Miss Feinberg? Do come in and I'll be obliged to show you around.
I just can't go over how big everything here is. There's so many people everywhere.
Well, I'm sure my husband explained that we do rely on our abundance of servant help. Everyone here has a job to keep the whole operation prosperous for us. I myself am quite busy this morning as we prepare for a ball we are hosting later this week. We do love having guests visit our family at home.
Can you share some of your main responsibilities are as a wife of a plantation owner?
Of course. In fact, I'll have my daughter Tara join us on the veranda for some sweet tea and a much-needed midnight break. Please follow me.
True of most Southern women, Clara Hall takes great pride in both her family and home. While the men sometimes become involved in the politics of the colony, successful plantation women were critical to the overall vibrancy and life of their Southern home.
I noticed that there were several children studying in the kitchen. Tara, what types of things are you learning?
Mama teaches us our letters, penmanship, and arithmetic. We do our studying in the morning and help with the chores in the afternoon.
Impressive, but do you ever have a chance to go outside and play like normal children?
Oh yes, sometimes when our work is done, we play games like cops, castles, dragons, and marbles. Would you like to come out and watch us play now?
Now, Tara, you know we don't have time for that today. You must finish your studies and then start polishing silver for the party later this week.
I'm sorry if I've kept you too long. Actually, I must be getting back to work on my story. You've given me so much to report on in regards to your unique lifestyle.
It has been a pleasure to talk with you as well. But yes, I do believe it's time to get back to work. Thank you for visiting, and please come back anytime.
And that's all for today's edition of Eyewitness History, folks. We look forward to Ty's report on this interesting group of colonies and their unique way of life. Until next time, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this special adventure.
Is the boat ever going to land? Soon we can see land. Look, it looks type of people live there too. After walking and rolling on this young lad was finally here. The Pilgrims landed in Massachusetts where the Wampanoag people were living. The Wampanoag people were kind and helpful to them.
Squanto and the Wampanoag people had grown corn they shared with the Pilgrims. They knew how to find wild turkeys and other foods too.
I'm thankful for wild turkeys that live in Massachusetts.
I'm thankful for corn that grew tall and green.
Me too. Lillian, me too.
Me too. And I'm thankful that we could have fun. I'm thankful that I could help cook the food. The Pilgrims were thankful that they stayed safe on their trip from England.
Pilgrims were thankful the Wampanoag people helped them learn to find food and a new land.
I'm thankful for cranberries and new land. I'm thankful for forests and trees. I'm thankful for trees to make houses to live in. I'm thankful for these trees to provide wood for our homes, keep us warm and cook us. In the fall, it was harvest time, and it was time to harvest.
The Pilgrims who lived in the Wampanoag people from Massachusetts shared a meal they called Thanksgiving.
Pilgrims, you'll find that corn is good to eat. Pilgrims, you'll find out wild turkeys are good to eat too.
I'm thankful we can share this harvest meal.
That was the first Thanksgiving. It was a story we'll never forget.
Thanksgiving is something we celebrate each year in November.
On Thanksgiving, we don't go to school or work.
Yes! Thanksgiving is something we celebrate and are thankful many people eat turkey, cornbread, and cranberries on this special day.
We are thankful for family and friends and neighbors to share our feast. That reminds me of a song. Just to be alive.
These are for Mrs. Traver.